Well, Ron, my name's John Paris. I am the chair of the Asian American Group's Endorsement Committee. And on behalf of all of us, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come join us this morning.
Thank you.
For those watching online, Ron is running for State Senate District 21 as a Republican, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Ron, why did you decide to run for this particular race at this particular time?
Well, as you can probably see from my appearance, I'm not your typical politician. I don't claim to be a politician, and I'm not running my campaign based on Republican versus Democrat. It's concerned citizen versus career politician. And if you folks know as well as I do, the definition of stupid is to continue doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. We're not going to get different results if we keep doing the same thing. In order to get different results, we have to elect different people with different ideas, and that's why I decided to run this race. I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired of what our government has become. This country was founded on the premise of we the people. In order to form a more perfect union, establish this government of the people, for the people, by the people. The term we the people has gotten out of the government over the years. I want to bring we the people back to the government. I want to represent all of the people, not just my community, white Americans, but I want to represent the black Americans, Asian Americans, Hispanic Americans. I want to represent everyone. That's the reason why on my business card for my campaign, I have not only my email address, but my cell phone number. I want to be accessible to my constituents. If they have a problem, if they have a situation that is concern for them, I want to know about it. Because unless I know about it, I can't do anything about it. But I want to be the representative of the people, not of special interest. If somebody comes to me with a sack full of money and says, we want you to vote this way on this bill. I said, well, let me hold a town hall meeting and see how my constituents want me to vote on this particular bill. If they want me to vote your way, I'll vote your way. If not, I'll vote their way. I want to take the people's voice to Carson City.
During your campaign, I'm assuming you've been doing a great deal of walking throughout your district. What have been the common concerns or the most prevalent concerns of your constituents, and how do you plan to address those concerns?
Well, a lot of my constituents are concerned about education, as everyone is. This Common Core issue that they're trying to get passed in Nevada. It's not good for the school system. It's not good for the students. They're not, under the Common Core system, they're not trying to educate our youth. They're trying to indoctrinate our youth. They're not teaching them how to think for themselves. They're teaching them what to think. And they're not teaching basic math. They're not teaching science. I want to bring back education the way it was when I went to school. Give you an example. I went to a convenience store one day and made a couple of purchases, and I gave the young lady a $20 bill, and I told her how much change she needed to give me back from my head before she was able to do it on this computer, on her cash register. She said, how did you do that? I said, I was taught to think. I was taught math at school. And without computers, without calculators, they're lost. I want to bring back the good old-fashioned education that we grew up with, and that's one of the biggest things. And another thing is the unemployment. The state of Nevada still has an extremely high unemployment. We have been relying so heavily for so many years on mining and gaming for the state's revenue. I want to diversify our economy. I want to bring industry, manufacturing to Nevada.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up. Recently we had the special session involving Tesla, and it looks like there's going to be a significant amount of investment in what appears to be, green technologies and isn't obviously going to be a boon for northern Nevada and Nevada in general. What ideas do you have to try and bring in more green or eco-friendly businesses like Tesla, either to northern Nevada or to southern Nevada?
Well, I want to bring industry here to southern Nevada. That's where my district is. We still have a lot of unemployment here in Las Vegas. Like you said, the northern Nevada, Reno area is getting Tesla. I would like to negotiate with the Ford Motor Company to bring a Ford assembly plant here to southern Nevada. There are other industries that could be negotiated with and brought to southern Nevada or brought to Nevada in general, because you know as well as I do, we are a very business-friendly state. More business-friendly than California, New York, Illinois, some of the others that have so much higher taxes. Property taxes are higher. They're lower here. We have no state income tax on workers here. But we need to put people back to work. And I don't use the term create jobs. Jobs are already there. We just have to bring them to Nevada.
I was, during one of your answers, I stood up and went to my binder and I pulled some of the voter registration numbers that I had printed out previously. And it appears that your district, Senate District 21, is almost 2-to-1 regarding just registered voters. As of July 2014, is about a 2-to-1 advantage for Democrats versus Republicans. How do you plan on overcoming that sheer numerical advantage that the opposing party does seem to have above yourself?
Because, like I said, I'm not a politician. My occupation, I'm a taxi driver here in Las Vegas, and I have been for about 5 years. Okay, I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I received my education from the School of Hard Knocks. I know what the people feel. I know what it feels like to be unemployed. I was unemployed for 27 months, from January of 2010 till April of 2012. I know what it feels like to be unemployed. I know what it feels like to have children in school that you have to educate, you have to feed, you have to clothe. I know what it takes to pay the mortgage every month. And I feel what the people feel. I don't care if they're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or no party affiliation at all. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me what party they're from. I feel people's pain. I'm one of them. I'm not a Harvard grad. I'm not your typical necktie, white shirt wearer, somebody that's trying to give people the impression that I'm something that I'm not. What you see with me is what you get. Honesty, integrity, straight talk, to the point. That's what I want to do. There's a lot of people in my district, there's a lot of people in the entire state of Nevada that are disabled, that can't work, that are denied their Social Security disability benefits. My fiance, for one, has been trying to get hers for 2.5 years. My landlord's wife has been trying to get hers for 5 years. There are other people that are being denied and denied and denied and put off what they so richly deserve, what they have worked for all of their life, and now they're disabled and cannot work and have medical records proving that they cannot work, heart conditions, diabetes, whatever their problem happens to be, and they're denied. Over 67% of the people who apply for disability benefits are denied. I want to cut through that red tape. I want people to get what they deserve. And I have a lot of veterans in my district. And every year on Veterans Day, we talk about honor our veterans. But what do we do the other 364 days a year to honor our veterans? Nothing. Veterans get a break on their auto registration. But in a lot of states, my home state of Georgia, I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am a veteran of the Marine Corps. A lot of states do not charge veterans for their driver's license. You go in, a veteran goes in, or if you're active duty military, you go in and apply for your driver's license. You take the test and everything else like everyone else does, but there's no fee for that driver's license. I want to institute that here in the state of Nevada for veterans.
Are there any other programs you would like to see expanded for veterans to benefit them, considering their service to our country?
Veterans need to know that we appreciate their service, their sacrifice, and I want to make sure that they get their just reward for the sacrifices that they've made for this country. Because without them, there would be no country.
But again, are there any specific programs you would want to implement or work towards implementing? You had referenced eliminating DMV fees or registration fees for veterans. Any other, financial breaks, maybe that's the best term to use, that you would like to see instituted on a statewide level for veterans or their families?
Well, they need to have, I'm not saying if they want to further their education that they should be given free tuition, but they should be given a break on higher education tuition as far as veterans go.
Okay.
There needs to be, if they don't want to go to, say, a 4-year college or an 8-year college or whatever, university, there should be technical schools or some type of individual occupational training for veterans, as well as anyone else that wants to take advantage of that type of education. Especially school. I know we have the culinary college, and we have. But if you want to be an auto mechanic, or there needs to be state schools for that purpose, not just private schools like Kaplan College or these other colleges that do these type of things. When I was living in Atlanta, there's a school down there, it's called the Atlanta Area Technical School. And it's low tuition, technical school where you can go and it's within the state educational system, but their tuition is not as high as it is for a regular university, 4-year university or whatever. But things like that should be looked into as far as the education goes, individual degree type.
In trades rather than
trade school.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bachelor of Arts
that's
or
the word that I was looking for.